It would be easy for you to think that the idiom that I'm going to tell you about today is just a modern saying. But the truth is, it's been a part of the human journey for centuries. Let's go back for a moment to what people once called the Dark Ages. This was a time about 1500 years ago. It was after the fall of the Roman Empire. Suddenly there were no great empires, no big leaps in science, and much of Europe felt dim, heavy. People were dying of famine and disease. People were surviving, but not really living. A lot of the old knowledge and the stuff that once brought clarity was gone. It felt like it had been stripped away. Light, both on a real and symbolic level, was hard to come by. But then suddenly, something began to shift. Let's fast forward to the 1600s and 1700s. We enter now what was called the Age of Enlightenment. And that wasn't just a poetic name, it was intentional. It was meant to be bringing light into the dark corners of thought. During this time, people began to ask questions, to challenge authority, to observe the natural world, and to ask, what is truth? What is freedom? And what happens when we shine a light on what we don't yet understand? So here's the idiom. You probably know the phrase, I'm starting to see things in a different light. So when somebody during the Age of Enlightenment said they were seeing things in a different light, they weren't just shifting an opinion, they were awakening to something new, a new way of thinking, a new way of being. And here's the beautiful part. This phrase still lives on today. It's not a leftover from 300 years ago and a leftover part of history. It's a reflection of something deeply human, because all of us in our own way try to strive from moving from confusion to clarity, from not knowing to understanding, and from darkness to light. And when that shift happens, it seems as if the pieces of our lives finally come together. And you're not alone when you say that phrase. You're part of something ancient. You're connected to philosophers and scientists and artists and everyday people that sat around their fireplaces in the 1700s and thought, maybe there's more to this than I thought. You're part of something that's centuries old. You're part of a long human